extremely proud of our players. Really a gutsy performance. It didn't start pretty. We actually have repped a situation to stay in the end zone on the opening kickoff. How about that? How many bad things you write about me on that play?
Not as many as you would think.
Okay. But and then really because of ball security, went with Debo in the punt return. It's the first time he's done it. We'll get it straightened out. We have a naked called early in the game. We got a lineman. It's one of our base calls, a base one-word term, and he's downfield 8 yards. It's his first start. So there was a lot of firsts for our football team. But you want to talk about some guts and laying it on your body on the barbed wire and making plays when you had to make plays and making catches and doing the things that good teams do. On the road and against a very good defensive football team. I can't tell you how proud I am of our staff and our entire strength staff and the preparation for the first game and how our guys responded in a very hostile situation. And it didn't go well early. And I'll be as honest as I can be. It's one of the things I told our staff. I said, I'm really worried if it doesn't go well early. How will we respond? I have no idea. And they responded the way you respond. And we'll build on this. And there are so many things to correct. Thank goodness we got the weekend to work, and we'll work every minute of it to get it prepared and get it right to go to Mississippi State next weekend. But it was a great win. So proud of our guys. We got banged around a little in the run game on defense there. We got displaced in some gaps. We'll get that corrected, but just some really gutsy plays offensively and defensively as the game wore on, and extremely proud of our football team. I'm proud to be the head coach of South Carolina and open up for any questions.
Well, you said you were confident in Elliott up to 52 yards through fall camp. What made you confident today at 55?
Well, we felt in pregame because the wind was blowing that way. Coleman felt he was good from 38. 38 in, so meaning that'd be 55, 56 yarder. So we felt good from that range because of the wind. We did not feel as good going the other way. And always in pregame we go through and talk in terms of where does he feel good and kicking into the scoreboard because it's an open air. There was more wind there, and he felt good about 32, 33. So given the situation, obviously 3rd and 6, I thought they'd call a timeout to save some time at the end of the game because the timeouts at the end don't matter. I mean, at the end of the day, it's time on the clock. So, but they didn't, and we were able to milk the time down and got exactly the look we wanted, knowing we'd go out there with them having one timeout with about 38 to 42 seconds in the game to play. And I had total confidence he was going to hit the thing. I mean, the guy's really good, and he's been a good kicker for a long time. And we're going to have to win some games like this. That's kind of it's kind of our MO right now.
What did you say to him, if anything, before the kick, and what did you say to him after the kick?
Well, I didn't say anything before or after. I want to make sure he kicked the ball good on the kickoff, and sometimes he feels good about himself. So I didn't say anything. I just congratulated him in front of the whole team in the locker room. And the guy's a senior. The guy's been in that situation how many times? Y'all know better than I do. So he's been in a lot. We create so many 1 minute end of game, end of half situations during practice week. I can't tell you how many times he's hit that field goal numerous times since I've been at South Carolina. And I know for a fact, having scouted South Carolina, he's hit him up before. So I had total confidence.
Immediate impressions of your quarterbacks.
Well, we just, Brandon, we moved the football with Brandon. We got to take care of the football, and that's why really we went back with Perry in the second half. We knew it was a 10-point ball game, and, we're going in the red zone to score there. We just got to secure the ball better. We did not make our quarterbacks live in fall camp for the simple reason I didn't, that's a very tough decision to make in fall camp. I don't think it's always the right one. So we did it in spring, and we had good ball security. We did thud tackle the quarterbacks in drill work so they would get hit with the ball in their hand. Obviously, we didn't do it a good enough coaching job. But I thought Perry made throws. We dropped too many balls. We had 3 drops over the middle for first downs. Brian Edwards, I don't know how many catches he had, but they looked good. He had 8. He's a true freshman first game. So, made a bunch of big catches. Debo caught the corner ball. Hayden had a couple targets. We got to catch the ball in traffic better in the middle. And we had too many drops.
Looking at the offense in the first half, seemed kind of conservative, maybe playing a little safe. What made you say
I wouldn't say it was conservative because my last name's Muschamp. You say it's conservative. It wasn't conservative. We took some shots down the field. All right. We had a couple situations in a protection. We busted protection thinking they're going to even front there in an odd front, and we had a guy screaming at Perry. He didn't have a chance to get the ball. So just because my last name's Muschamp, it doesn't mean it's conservative.
In the second half,
yell at Roper. Y'all going to interview him next week.
In the second half, it did open up a little bit. Was it just the passing game?
No, I think as much as anything, Dave. Just in all seriousness, we felt like early in the game because of their 3 down, we were going to get more movement in the run game, and we didn't get quite as much movement as we thought in the run game. Now, we had a couple big runs called back, and we got to get that cleaned up, obviously. It's too many penalties on the day. I don't know how many we had. I'm sure y'all know.
6 or 7.
7, but one of those was a delayed game, so I'm going to take yours. We said 6, and one of them was intentional. So, you know what I'm saying? We're always trying to add one on. All right, so in that situation, you know, we had 2 runs come out that were pretty good. So we got to get a little bit in the run game. We're a little bit off with some things. We got our down around scheme going in the second half, which is probably our best run. And I wish we'd gotten that going a little bit earlier. But again, we made the plays when we had to make plays to win the game. We have a lot to improve on. They always say you improve the most from your first to second. I hope so. So we need to.
Did you see the physical style of defense that you like to see?
At times, I thought we got tired. You know, Phil, in the first quarter, when we fumbled the punt, I felt like the wind came out of our sails a little bit. I don't know if we were emotionally spent or physically spent. And so that was a little disappointing. We were not as strong on the perimeter. We gave up some bubbles, and we'll see that all week next week with Dan. They killed us last year with that. So those are things we got to improve on. But you know, there was some good hitting. I thought we tackled well. We've tackled well in camp. We tackled 3 live opportunities in camp, and I felt good about going in. Although our last scrimmage we did not tackle. So you know, you never know in the first game how well you'll tackle.
Well, what was the plan with the quarterbacks? Was it put in Perry, see how things
well,
go?
we just want to see how things went with Perry. We wanted to get Brandon in the first quarter and give him an opportunity. He deserves to play. He deserves to start too. It's just the fact that you looked on our offensive football team. We had Mason Zandy, had the only player that had double-digit starts at the University of South Carolina. That's it. I think we had a combined 6 starts with the rest of the offense. So obviously, as you see from the opening kickoff, that's what young players go through. And I did not want to put Brandon in that situation. I don't think it's good to put a young quarterback in that situation and for him to lose confidence, because we're going to need Brandon McQueen to play well for us this year. And I didn't think that was going to be fair to him. Perry has been to Knoxville. He's been to Baton Rouge. He's been to a lot of places. So he understands what it takes in those situations, and obviously made some really nice throws when we needed it.
Well, you still got the same plan going forward with those guys.
Well, I want to visit with Kurt. Kurt and I are. I trust his opinion, and we'll bounce some things around. But you know, again, we're going to do what it takes to win games, and fortunately tonight it was a good situation for us.
There's plenty to work on, but walking off that field 1-0, just getting a win.
It's at the end of the day. That's really at the end of the day. I'll let you all do all the questions, and then I'll watch the film. When I watch the film Saturday, we're going to recruiting tomorrow. So we'll evaluate what we need to do moving forward. And believe me, just sitting there on the sideline, there's a lot to work on. And we got some time to do it. We got a little extra time as a staff to work and prepare our players for Mississippi State. But you can't coach guts. You can't coach toughness. You can't coach relentless attitude. And that's what our guys got. And we'll continue to build on it.
How about A.J. Turner, what he gave you?
He's a good back. Y'all see why we like him. He's a good back. He runs hard. He gained a lot of positive yards, a lot of yards after contact. He is a guy that can crease you and create a big play run because of this. He's got really good top end speed. He didn't have any catches, I don't think, today, but he had 3. He had 3 catches. I must have blinked during those. He has good hands.
How pleased are you?
He had the wheel route. My bad.
How pleased are you with your defense? It seemed like they were really keying on Webb and staying their gaps.
Well, I don't know about that. We got bounced around there in the second half. This Blasting game guy came in, number 23, and they had the speed, sweep, power probably 3 times. We didn't bump and adjust it right. We got it straightened out. Just, you know, again, we got a lot to build on. It's a good, you know, the stuff we did, the intangibles, you can't coach that. You either have it or you can build it, you can instill it, but it's hard if kids don't battle, they do. And ankle, and we're still evaluating.
How do you think Blake did?
Blake Camper. I thought he played really well. We didn't give up any sacks, I don't think. I think, Derek throws a lot of odd and even, a lot of double-edge pressure, a lot of issues, 4 and 4 strong, 4 weak, and for the most part, I thought we protected it pretty well.
Well, did you feel like some of the early issues were kind of opening game jitters guys had to sort of work through?
What's that?
Some of the early issues were they opening game jitters or?
I guess. We've practiced that situation. I've never seen him almost take a knee in the end zone. I don't know. Those are just things. We had an offensive lineman on a base play installation day 1, 8 yards downfield on a pass. He's never done it before. So, that's just when you coach. You got kids? Well, when you have them, you'll understand. I mean, I know I'm a bunch of perfect dads out there watching the game, and I can't believe why the young man would make a mistake. Well, you know what? If you have kids, you'll understand.
Well, games are.
Remember their first win at a school? How are you going to remember this?
Well, and I apologize. The first thing I should have said was the support from our fans. We outnumbered this crowd here tonight, and there was garnet and black everywhere, and they were there the whole game. They supported us. They made a difference for us in the second half. And I should have said it to start the press conference. I told our team in there about it. I said it on ESPN, and that was an impressive showing on a Thursday night. I think it was the most tickets we sold to come up here to Vanderbilt, regardless of the day. But it shows the passionate fan base that we have and the loyal fan base that we have, and it's awesome, absolutely awesome.
Well, games are won and lost in the SEC in the fourth quarter. Can you just talk about how your team prevailed in the fourth when they really needed to?
Again, you never know how they're going to respond and react in those situations, and I was very pleased with the way we responded. We made plays we had to make. Number 89 made a bunch of plays he had to make. You know, we blocked well. We made good decisions at the quarterback position. Defensively, we got some 3 and outs. We got some stops at the end of the game. We continued to pressure the quarterback, and we kept battling through the adversity. You know, I mean, we get in a field goal situation. You know, we get good pressure. There's no doubt, in my opinion, Darius English has done a fantastic job in camp pressuring the kicks, and he got in the face. And so, I mean, there's just so many things that you know, there's 6 or 7, 8, 9, 10 ball plays in a game that decide a game. You never know when they're coming, so you got to continue to play and swing, and that's what our guys did.
Less than 90 yards in the first half on offense. When you went in the locker room, you have a bunch of young guys. Did you have to pick them up and tell them that?
Well, I think it's something you preach in your program every day. That you know, when you play a game, it's a 60-minute game unless you have to go to overtime. So you condition the players. It's a 60-minute game. Now, when you've been seasoned as a player and you understand that, it's a little different maybe than a player that, you know, hasn't been through an adversity and almost taking a knee on the opening kickoff and fumbling the punt return and having a lineman 8 yards downfield. And I mean, those are things you can't prepare for in this situation. So that's a little frustrating, but again, you get in that second half and that fourth quarter, those Gamecocks came to play.
With AJ, the yards after contact, was that surprising to you, or is that something you showed?
He's only 180 pounds, but he's really strong at the point of attack.
Well, how did you think the offensive line played throughout the game?
Good. I mean, I think, you know, didn't give up any sacks. Derek does a really good job of overloads and 4 and 3 down pressures and things. I mean, we got to clean some of the holding. I mean, the first was a holding, and there's no doubt. I mean, we grabbed a guy there, but they had a lot of twist and movement up front that we got a hat on a hat in the run game for the most part. But they gave a bunch of different looks, and they gave us some issues in the run game. We just got to get those things cleaned up.
With the amount of young players that came out and performed tonight, are you optimistic with this team going forward?
Absolutely. I mean, regardless of the results tonight, I'm really optimistic where we're headed. I mean, like over the top optimistic about where we're headed. Excited about where we're at. I'm really excited about where we're headed because it's just going to keep getting better. And are we going to have some bumps in the road? Absolutely. 100%. Maybe in Starkville. I don't know. But it's not about that. It's about Friday and Saturday and Sunday and Monday and the preparation that our guys put in every single day and buying into the intangible things it takes to have a good program. Not a good team, a good program. That's what we want to have here. We want to have a good program that over a period of time can go through tough times and survive those times and move on to the next situation. So, yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about the guys in the locker room, but it's about the program as well.
At the end of the day, is that what makes you the most happy, is the fact that the strength and conditioning, what you did in July helped to
no doubt. I mean, all the stuff that we did that they bought into, we had very little resistance. They got paid tonight. I mean, as a player, you get paid when you win. And they got to experience the win, and then they can start, the belief factor starts a little bit more for you as a coach. Maybe these guys do know what they're talking about. So I think all of those things continue to kind of snowball for you moving forward.
Did you feel like,
2 more.
Did you feel like you guys got to deploy a lot of the range and sort of diversity that this offense can have?
Well, you know, we had some tough field position in the first half. That was a little bit of the issue in yardage. We were backed up several times. We certainly, because of the flow of the game, it's different if it's a 35-32 game. You're going to swing it and do what you got to do to win. It's a 10-0 game or a 3-0 game. You know, you can't make a poor decision with the ball backed up. They were going to have a hard time driving the distance. They had a hard time throwing the football. So we knew that going into the game based on the route concepts they called early in the game. They called nothing down the field as a shovel pass or a screen. So, I mean, it doesn't take Einstein to figure it out. That they're going to run the football, and they were going to have a hard time being able to create the explosive plays down the field.
With the offense struggling in the first half.
Outstanding. Just handled the situation, but he's been there before. You know, and we got to catch the ball better, you know, and we got to take care of the football better at that position.
With the offense struggling in the first half, any consideration to bringing Jake Bentley in the third quarter?
No,
Did you even talk about
no. He certainly is available and certainly will be ready. He's prepared himself to play in every game, and that's where we're all right now. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Will.